Alright, welcome back everybody to Mega Man 1. We're gonna take on Fireman now. And in traditional fashion, we're gonna go Fireman, Bomb Man, Guts Man, Wily. Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, Fireman is more difficult. It's more difficult than Iceman. Or Bomb Man's more difficult than any of the bosses we fought up to this point. It's just that those are what they're good against, so this is what it is. Yep, we're gonna be ignoring those, even though I've got Iceman's power, which helps to negate a lot of Fireman's stage. We're also going to, whatever they call this, invincibility boost through some shit. So if you see me take damage and then just run through an area, that's because I'm using my invincibility frames to just boost through shit. And yes, we will be taking advantage of this little health drop. As I mentioned in the first episode, this is the only Mega Man game where you, as soon as you walk out of screen and walk back in, both enemies and health power-ups will respawn. So I'm able to take advantage of the infinite health drops there. Also, that's a pit. You don't want to take damage there if you don't have to, because between, yeah, that's what happened. As soon as you take damage, you're going in the pit, and that's pretty much it. I know I just rhymed, but I didn't mean to. Basically, the knockback frames will make it so that you will, if you're in midair, you will fall to your death. If you're standing on the edge, you will... Yep, see? Yeah, that's how I froze it, but I want it kind of like right there. It's much better. Alright, and then this will lead us... You can do this section pretty easily. I'm just going to kind of cheese it with magnet beam here, or whatever you want to call this, magnet. I call this magnet beam, so that's just what we're going to call it. But like I said, you just sort of cheese that area a little bit with that power. It's not until you get towards the end, when you get in the Wily Castle, that weapon actually matters a lot more. At first, I thought it was sort of like a, you know, it's kind of like a hidden... Again, I mentioned this first episode, it's not really a hidden item, because you run across it in the Lexman stage regardless. It's not hiding anywhere. That's the one problem with the Lexman, is it goes up and down. So it can evade, or it can miss certain enemies. Alright, we're just gonna wait for that to go down and we'll jump through the... like that. We don't take any extra damage. There are guys in here, as you can see. Best way to get rid of them is either use, do what I'm doing right now with Mega Man, or if you just get fucking tired and pissed off, you can do, you can use Lexman's power because it's got a pretty big wave. Unlike in Cutsman stage, these are all on the ceiling. We could also use Cutsman here if I wanted to. Didn't occur to me until just now. And you could always use Iceman to just freeze them. Just like that. Got hit by the late projectile. I should have enough of Iceman's powers left to finish off Fireman, but let's not fuck around this time and take extra damage when we don't need to. A little fire thing drives me nuts too. This game is very, in a lot of ways, the damage you do to Robot Masters is ridiculous, but the amount of damage they can do to you is also bonkers. Hey, Bomb Man. I think Bomb Man's stage might be the easiest in this game. It's definitely up there in terms of like... Cutsman stage kind of has a lot of... It's kind of like a slower stage where you're climbing a lot of ladders. There's a lot of guys that will target you down. But, like... Oops. I was gonna say... You can flip... You can go through this area pretty quickly. I mean, this starting area. Will you take damage? Probably. Can you avoid it completely? Probably. Is there a little bit of health here to help get you back full? Yeah. So I'm not really too concerned. And then even if you're at not great health, you can always grab the big health. And because this is Mega Man 1, you can cheese this. And get lots of 2 double big health, you know? Like going up and down ladders. And even if you take a little bit of damage here, that's okay. Because that's a lot of health. So, a quick reminder, spikes are still spikes throughout all of the Mega Man games. You run into spikes, much like in Sonic. Mario's more of a pits person, but anytime you land on spikes in a video game, you're instantly dead. And those little guys do blow up as legit bombs, so it's better just to avoid them than to actually try to shoot them. Yeah, there's literally no reason to go back that way. Other than you feel like getting beat up. This is a very dangerous area. You have to quickly get up the, Yeah, that was actually very dangerous of me. I almost died there. You gotta quickly get up that ladder, because otherwise the bombs will start spawning exactly where you are. And that'll make your life hella difficult. I'm gonna die. Alright, we'll do this stage again. That's fine. So those guys, as you can see, there's plenty of open space for you to be safe in. But they do shoot, what, 8 directions, so let me destroy this section. Oh, never mind, I lied. Did I get through here without taking any damage? It's okay. We only did a little. He's only done a little bit of damage to me, and I'm gonna get some free health here in a sec. So I know in other Mega Man games you can kind of use your invincibility frames to your advantage. It really depends on what game you're talking about. Mega Man 5 tends to be a lot more... Third levels tend to be a lot more punishing, so the bosses tend to be a lot more fair. Oh, that was dumb. It sent me all the way back to the beginning. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Okay, great. Boy, distracted me. I was gonna say, Mega Man 5, I think the bosses are easier in Mega Man 5 than they are in 4. They're definitely, I feel like they're harder in 4, easier in 5, but you get the trade-off where Mega Man 4 bosses are much more difficult, but it's very easy to stroll through levels without much challenge. I think Mega Man 2, even this Mega Man 1, kind of does an okay job of level length, level difficulty, and then obviously the bosses are very difficult. They're designed to basically be, you know, did you save another life for this guy? Do you have the power that, you know, counters them? Yeah, please, Sniper Joe, I don't have all day. If you try to jump over him, he'll just keep jumping back. So, yeah. This is how you do this section right here. You keep holding up as you're going up the ladder, and then you begin to make these jumps ahead of him, and you should be able to get up there before he's able to get to you. As far as I know, you cannot kill this guy, though you may be able to shoot him when his eyeballs are open. I don't know. Never tried it. Not really worth my time, because they just end up infinitely respawning. Also, patience. There's a Mega Man life right here, so we're just gonna push ourselves right through the Sniper Joe. You might even be able to cheese that and get a whole bunch of free lives. I'm not sure. I think you have to go too far to the one side before the Mega Man life respawns. Speaking of cheesing, yeah, if I don't have to fight you, I'm not gonna. Fireman. Took some damage. I'm dead. I might be able to do this. I think I'm going to take damage at some point. Okay, I took damage. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take damage at some point, and that's gonna be a one hit. Essentially, with the health I have, it's gonna be one death. I'm gonna die. So instead of dropping down this time, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use Elect Man and forget to hold up. And that's gonna cause me to fall all the way down to the ground. Like that. See? Fair. So as I mentioned, Fireman not only gives you projectile, but it gives you a very short invincibility. I'm not sure if it's an invincibility shield, but it's like a little... In Mega Man 2, there's a Woodman shield, which you get a shield until you press a direction, and it throws the shield. Alright, we're gonna go fight Gutsman. However, I am not going to do... This first section of Gutsman is kind of bullshit, so I'm just gonna skip it. I'm gonna use our beam power, and we're just gonna skip not this area with the Mets, but the one after it. Because it's literally the only, well, there's another area in Wily's Castle that's just like this, but this is literally the only time you have to interact with this puzzle. And I choose not to interact with it, and I almost died. Fine. And that's the whole puzzle. Congratulations. We negated it without having to actually do it. These guys are a little annoying, but there's nothing that can really damage you. And then they give you big health up here in a sec. Ta-da! These are going to be the rest of the guys that we have to fight between now and Guts Man. And then, of course, there's going to be a giant damp press guy that's at the end of all these levels. I mean, yeah, Guts Man's level's not all that long. It's just really kind of difficult. Oh, I'm going to die. There's spikes here at the bottom. Yeah. If I had picked any other lane, I would have been okay. Like, if I had gone down this lane, I would literally be okay. Well, I guess this lane was the only true safe one, but whatever. Didn't ignore me. Alright, it's butthole face. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you. You don't exist anymore. Oh, good, Matt. One of the nice things about Mega Man 1 Nets are, unlike in the later Mega Man games where your shots bounce off of them and count as your 3 shots that you can have on screen at any time, you can just keep pumping them into the Mets until they ultimately drop. And that's how you do a Guts Man. He's usually not that easy, because he's usually stomping on the ground a lot more, which causes you to not be able to throw the bomb, I guess. Alright, let's take on Wily. Doing pretty good here. I love the little eyebrow thing he does here in a sec. There. So, I have a little bit of a confession to make. I have the worst time in every Wily castle. It's always the first stage. Always the first stage that gives me the most trouble. Does that mean that I don't die in any of the other stages? No. Does that mean that I don't get game overs in any of the other areas? No. But for some reason, I will routinely game over a first section of a Wily castle more than any other section of any other Wily castle. Always the first one. It seems to be without fail almost, where I always struggle and get like 2 or 3 continues on that first stage. But believe it or not, you can actually make this jump without doing what I'm doing right now. I don't know how to get this, so I just skip it. And jump in the pit, that's always good. Always good. Well, that was unfortunate, but I think we're okay. I got 2 Mega Man lives now. But, I don't know. As I said before, I always seem to struggle on these early Wily stages. Those guys right there, those 3 that I just managed to walk underneath, those can, if you get hit by once by each one of those 3, they will leave you at no health. So, if you're really good at jumping, you can do this without taking damage. But, yeah. How you do that? I mean, we only did a little bit of damage there, like 2 HP or 3 HP there. There are difficult parts of every Wily Castle stage. They usually come in the form of a boss. Or sometimes the stage itself can just be kind of difficult. So this is the first true area where you have to use Magnet Beam if you want to get this health up. There is, like I said, a section later on, I think it's in this stage as well, that is mandatory. It is not optional, it is mandatory if you want to get past this. So this one, you just want to do this. Yep. Like that, that's how you do that. Take a little bit of damage, that's okay, just don't let them explode you into the pit. You will die. This area as well, same guys as Iceman stage, they can, because they're not set on a specific path, there is a possibility that they will drive you into the spikes, the upper spikes, if you ride them for too long, because as you can see, they have no designed path that they follow. They're just randomly going left and right and up and down. I fucked this. I fucked this hard. Okay, so luckily the game is nice enough to give you this to recharge your Magnet Beam. They give you these, which again, I don't think this is a bug so much as this is a feature. Either you have to make an easier way to get around this, which they did not, or you physically have to put, well, you don't have to, obviously, but like in terms of, do you want your players to just fucking throw the remote through the television screen? No? Okay, well, make sure these little weapon power-ups are down there at the bottom. So if I were being honest with you, I would just put one real big one down here. Just to speed up this process, because two little ones does not equal one big one. Yes, I know this is tedious. I apologize. I'm gonna make sure that we do this right this time, so I don't have to do this again. Ta-da! Now I gotta do the second half. It involves a little bit of jumping. Okay, let's not do that again. That sucked. Unfortunately, we're coming up on possibly the worst of all Mega Man enemies. And that is the Yellow Demon. We will... Fuck this game. Yes, we will be cheesing the fuck out of it, because this is something you can do using Luckman's power. As soon as it actually hits his eyeball, I'll proceed to do big damage, just like this. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, yep. That's why well, he's not in every Wily Castle stage, but he's the reason why that particular first stage of Wily Castle is so fucking horseshit.